Okay, so, okay, so let's introduce this episode, shall we? All right. Welcome to another episode of Lights Camera Action. This is the final episode with Ryan Souch. He has been a part of our team for 2 years. Since sophomore year, I was a sophomore for me, and he was a junior, and now he's graduating. Mr. Eric Ortiz cannot be in this episode, but he will be in something else that he himself does not know. So it'll be quite surprising for him as well. These two guys, you've seen Eric Ortiz in the Furious 7 review, which was highly acclaimed.
Do you guys really want to know though how long they've been with us for? It's been since fall 2013.
Fall 2013.
It is now spring 2015. Spring 2015.
2015.
2015.
Yeah. We've basically seen almost all, since we're segueing this into the Avengers Age of Ultron review, we've seen basically Thor 2, Captain America 2, Iron Man. Oh, Iron Man 3, we didn't know them since.
They did Iron Man 3, didn't they?
No, Iron Man 3 was
it came out in
2013. Yeah. So, but it still kind of counts. I mean, we've still talked about it.
No one wants to know Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we can just say, whatever happens in Iron Man 3 never really...
I mean, I was fine with that.
Yeah, we reviewed it before they got there.
Oh, yeah. Did we?
Our freshman year.
Especially,
yes.
Especially since, all his character development that happened in Iron Man 3 kind of disappeared going into the Age of Ultron.
Seriously did, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, we also reviewed Guardians of the Galaxy. So, wow, we almost reviewed all of Phase 2 for this giant movie. And it's only fitting, seeing these are the last episodes. So, give these two a round of applause. And now... Fuck you, Ryan. We'll
for leaving us.
Miss you.
Thank you for leaving us.
Yeah, whatever. Sucked anyway.
Fuck you for leaving us.
I tried my best to fail my classes this year, just didn't happen.
Whatever.
Sorry for being smart.
God, film snob. God damn. Anyway.
I don't want to watch The Room. I'm sorry. Calm down.
The Room is a good movie. It's better than
not.
Avengers 2.
I painfully watched 3 minutes and I wanted to die, so don't watch it.
Not the Avengers 2.
Not in Avengers 2, no. I was talking about The Room. Avengers 2, I highly recommend watching that. If you don't watch it, then there's something wrong with you.
At least watch it. If you don't like it,
then that's okay.
That's okay.
Then there's still something wrong. But it's okay.
Alright, so is this going to be a spoilers review?
We're going to completely spoil this movie because...
Everyone's seen it.
Since we've been spoiling everything anyway, why not?
Julie Spoils isn't here, so we had a chance, but we're jumping the shark.
It made
187.
Second best opening weekend. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of us have
second best opening weekend in
United States.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's already crossed. Wow. It already crossed 650 million globally already.
Yeah.
Because in most countries it came out a week before.
Right on.
A lot of people have seen it. So I mean.
Yeah, my friends in Egypt have seen it, and we were talking about it.
Do you think it'll get up to number 3 all time?
Sure.
Sure.
Why not?
It's not.
Hello.
Yeah, I guess we already had a video about that one.
Yeah, we had a video. It was a Furious 7 review, and we talked about box office, so watch that one, please. But, John, what did you think of Avengers 2? I liked it.
You're asking, why don't you guys start off? Because I'm the odd man out.
You're the odd man now?
Yeah.
We'll start with Rahul.
Okay, so, of course, we've all watched these Phase 2 movies, and I really enjoyed this movie, really liked it. I mean, you couldn't go, I think... Is it better than the first one? That's the question everyone asks. That depends on, I guess, who you are as a person. If you're looking for more character development, more character moments, 2 does it better.
Yeah.
You know?
You find out a lot more about some of the characters that you never expected.
Yeah, you find out a lot more about Black Widow. You find out a lot more about Hawkeye. Hawkeye was the one character we didn't develop, and he's a family man. He's like Guile from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It's 2 kids and a wife.
The movie Street Fighter?
I'm expecting a third.
The movie Street Fighter?
No, the game. Jean-Claude Van Damme? What if Guile...
Of course!
Jesus Christ. Anyway, but no, so... You find out a lot of characters are developed. The white ones are developed. They don't necessarily develop Cap or Thor, but that's because we've seen their other movies.
Yeah, because they have their own individual movies.
They've already been developed.
Yeah. I will go into one slight criticism I had was I loved Ultron. Ultron was fantastic, but his origin kind of rushed, and it wasn't the movie's fault per se.
Yeah.
It was kind of Iron Man 3's fault because Iron Man 3 focused on the wrong plot of Tony Stark. Because in that movie, he gives up being Iron Man. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And in Avengers 2, he's full on Iron Man helping the Avengers out. Has an
Exactly.
Avengers Tower.
As an Avengers Tower, exactly. And the new Avengers database or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Shield. No, not Shield. They have Jarvis in there. Well, Jarvis has always been in there.
Yeah.
But they're
was full
like
on
fighting
Iron Man
hard.
in this movie.
It was full on Iron Man, full on Avengers. They're fighting Hydra. They already start out. The movie starts out great. It just
Yeah, and
puts
they
you in.
touched on each character for a while too.
Yeah.
Like we saw what Thor was going through and how he went back
Yeah.
to figure out that vision.
Yeah.
We saw,
I didn't like that part that much.
Yeah, but kind of he understood what he needed to do kind of to help
Yeah.
them out so that they can
Yeah. Oh yeah,
really
that was
destroy
cool.
Ultron.
Felt a little setup to
Yeah.
Thor 3.
Vision.
Vision was awesome, I think.
I'm glad
But
he was in CGI. I like Paul Bettany a lot. I'm glad we
Yeah.
see his face.
Yeah.
He looked really well.
Interesting thing, a lot of people might not know Vision's actor was he was the voice of Jarvis in all these Iron Man movies and never knew he was gonna just be a Marvel character. But the build up to Jarvis was so good that he ultimately was one of the most important Marvel heroes,
Yeah.
And that was the way they did it was very clever and not hokey. But Ryan, what do you think of Avengers 2?
I liked it a lot. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I think it's the most. It doesn't really stand on its own.
Mhm.
It's the most episodic
Yeah.
of the films. If someone
feel
hasn't
lost.
seen any of them, you're really gonna be lost.
Yeah.
And I think it's the most comic booky of any of the movies.
Yeah.
Even the pacing. There's no breathers except for one in the middle.
No breathers
And-
whatsoever. There's no action scenes. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I'm trying to catch up.
Except the farmhouse. That was necessary.
John, that's a good segue.
John?
I fucking hate the farmhouse.
Safe house.
Fucking giving Hawkeye a family out of nowhere. Stupid.
You didn't like that?
I think it was some contrived stupid shit that
What?
they put in just to give him a reason to not die at the end.
Oh,
I like that because everyone always thinks that it's gonna be him and Scarlett Johansson, him and Black Widow, obviously,
they're good ones.
but they're
I'm
just
fine with it.
best friends.
All right, I want to say because I know you don't like Hulk Bruce Banner and Black Widow, but you
As a
feel that
romance?
was contrived too, right?
Oh yeah, that was
I don't-
out of nowhere.
I don't mind that. There wasn't any
There's no-
any development for it.
Yeah.
But
There's no development.
except for Black Widow's dream
It was
sequence.
done as well as it could.
And they're two tortured souls who can't. She's
She's fucking sterilized, has no eggs.
yes, and he
He wants a
can't.
family, but can't
He
have
can't
it.
And
fuck
he can't get it
angry.
on because he'll turn to the Hulk. And they're both very lonely people, so I was okay with that. I could
Even
find them
if he
finding
could
solace.
get it on and get kids, then he still won't.
Oh, the
his kids
gene
will
is
drive
dead.
him
Like-
crazy.
Yeah.
You could liken it to Game of Thrones this season when the Unsullied go to the brothels. They don't have, they're castrated, but they just want.
Someone to lay with.
Yeah.
So I'm
We're not
okay.
talking about Game of Thrones though.
I'm just liking
We're
it.
Just
talking,
like
we're talking
it.
about Hulk and Black Widow.
I don't want them together. She calms him down.
I felt,
Yes.
I felt like it was rushed out of nowhere.
Mhm.
I was given no reason why they like each other. The whole tortured soul thing, I don't think
You don't
works.
buy it.
I don't buy it at all. They don't have any chemistry together either. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
no.
Some
see-
of it's
I
a
don't
little
see-
forced. Some scenes were good, and
It's
some of them
yeah.
were a little
it's
forced.
very forced.
Yeah. I
Just like
understand.
50 Shades of Grey.
Just
Very
like the Hulk.
forced.
Just like,
But
just
no,
like
50 Shades of Grey was worse. Their chemistry was so forced.
Those
Hawkeye,
actors hated each other.
Hawkeye's family was just jammed in there too. Just jammed.
Yeah.
What was her name? She
Forced.
was from Scooby Doo.
She's
Linda
Velma.
Linda Cardellini.
Yeah.
And
There
Freaks
was-
and Geeks.
Yeah, she's the main character of Freaks and Geeks. When I saw her, it just totally broke the movie for me. I was just like,
I was like, I love
where
you.
is she from?
There's
No, I saw her. I was like, I know. who
And
this
then
is.
5 minutes in, I was just like, Freaks and Geeks. And then I was just like, Velma.
There's-
You got it.
Yeah.
there was no reason for his family. It was just another 5 characters that I didn't care about. I had no connection to whatsoever. I didn't care if they were
4
there or
characters.
not.
One was in the fucking stomach. You
Yeah.
heartless son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Alright.
What the hell?
The only
I
part
love you, John.
The only part of that sequence I didn't really like is Nick Fury just being there.
Yeah.
It's showing
Oh,
but other than
yeah.
that, I don't mind.
That
He's
is-
going to go
that
fix
is-
the
Can we-
tractor, and all of a sudden he just shows up.
Can we talk about the Deus Ex Machina? That was bullshit.
Yeah, there's just a
They're
sudden
gonna-
Oh, the shield helicarrier?
They're gonna have this genuine fucking really deep moment with them just contemplating what it means to sacrifice an entire city for the fate of the world.
Okay,
And
yeah.
then just like no helicopter.
it's-
Alright, before we talk about pacing issues, how do you get to the city? Alright, it was like Ultron was trying to lift up the city and destroy it, and a lot of civilians are trapped in there.
It was actually a really
Now,
creative
shield-
way for to have a doomsday scenario. Make like
similar
an
massive
artificial
thing.
meteor,
Yeah.
and then have it plunge. I don't know, like
Yeah.
that. It was
Yeah.
cool in and of itself. But I do
Shield
agree with you.
character.
It had a lot of half measures, and it brought up a lot of moral issues, and just kind of just let them slide away.
I mean, if you notice from the beginning that they all they want to do is save the civilians. Even like when they were in the train and trying to stop it, he was like, get all the civilians out of the way. So the guy was like running around trying to get everyone.
Making
So
wishes.
at the end of the day,
I
I
don't
knew
like
that they weren't gonna sacrifice the city
Obviously
for the sake of the world.
I don't like when characters are just this complete moral compass in one direction. Like they're
That's
wants
what
to
counts,
greatness.
though.
completely good or completely bad.
But you see, that's.
it just seems so dumb to me because humans aren't like that.
But like,
neither are
see,
the
that's what
Avengers.
Tony
Are they
Stark.
superheroes?
Yeah,
Uh,
but they're not even faced with this
One point.
situation in there when they're
Oh, like this
obviously given a
great
point.
compass thing?
Yeah.
See,
I felt like that was stupid.
I do agree with the point saying like look, first of all, let's just get the thing like you can either have two types of superhero movies. Like one's like Man of Steel where Superman has no regard for human life. Basically in that movie, while he's fighting Zod, they keep on this other Kryptonian guy, they keep on destroying buildings.
Sounds like this one.
And a lot of people keep on dying. I don't know that. Wow.
That was silly.
A lot of people keep on dying and stuff. And Avengers, you know, they have at least regard for civilian life. But I will say, yeah, it does feel a bit too
They didn't-
squeaky
they
clean.
didn't
See, that's why like the Hulk has his main
They were-
issues that he like doesn't want to hurt any civilians, doesn't want to hurt any civilians, and
The only reason
we saw it happen.
The only reason why I think I'm not too upset with the whole civilian thing was because the Hulk fight was amazing, and a lot of people in that actually did legitimately, I think, die.
The Ghostbusters thing was awesome.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. Whatever.
human lives actually did die in that.
Tony
Yeah.
Stark doesn't really care in Hulk.
Yeah.
Hulk
That was-
as a
that was
character.
funny.
I just say I do like.
It was so funny
I do
when they
like-
fight. I cannot stop.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to
Go to
sleep.
sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
I do like Iron Man and Cap's dynamic in this. I know it's setting up Civil War, but it
Yeah.
doesn't feel as forced as Thor's like subplot where he just goes off.
Yeah,
You know, they could have had his whole epiphany being in his dream,
Yeah,
but
the-
they wanted to set up Ragnarok.
Yeah,
so
the
they
other thing, like they had all these plot points that just branch into nowhere. They
Yeah,
could
it
just
was like
have them in other
concept.
movies. Like you don't need to try and make so much filler for a 2.5 hour movie with a lot of plot points that don't go anywhere. You can just be concise with it.
I
And
did
have it
like
see-
though
beautiful.
how it resulted with having Vision come to life like Frankenstein. I thought that was funny.
That was a lot
Like
of
literally like just bought on the
Yeah.
But mighty Thor, bring the lightning, you know.
It was so funny when
Yeah.
he held
I did like
Hammer.
when he held the
Everyone
hammer
gasped.
and everyone
Yeah,
was like,
that was really
and
well.
Thor himself was just like.
That was really well
All the
done.
characters.
No,
Fall back
my
to
favorite
earlier.
part was when they were all trying to pick up the hammer and they couldn't,
Yeah.
and then when Captain America came to do it, Thor's face just went
Yeah,
like.
that's so great. And then the big sigh of relief afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love Thor and Captain America's
Because-
relationship too, and how like they
Yeah.
are when they're battling.
All the
Yeah,
Avengers
they were
had
good
for
combo.
They're good combo
Mjolnir
together.
and the shield.
Exactly.
That was really cool.
Like I will say, okay, let's see.
Here's what I don't like about the film. I don't like branching plot points that have no resolution.
Yeah.
I don't like filler.
Yeah.
I fucking hate filler.
See, I don't think the farmhouse is filler, but go on.
I hate forced romances.
Whatever.
I hate,
I mean, we established that you don't like those things.
yeah. These are the things I didn't like about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it could have been a much stronger movie if they didn't have a lot of these.
Yeah, I can see that, but acknowledge like even that being said, I think the interactions with these characters make this movie great. You know.
But not so much with the farmhouse. It doesn't matter whether or not they interact with them.
Yeah.
Like they're just there.
Again, farmhouse thing. That's totally. I can
If you
see
want-
where
If you want to like it, you can. If you don't, you don't
Scarlet
have to. That's the
fucking
thing.
witch.
Yo, she was cool.
Oh my
She's
god.
awesome.
You gotta tone her down though. She can't be able to bend reality like in the comics.
No,
I thought it was
of course
fun.
not.
And she's a kid. I liked her. I like that
She'll learn
Clint
more.
had to
I'm fine
talk
with
about it. Okay, what's
Like,
your agree?
I'm fine with her being a kid. I'm fine with her not having OP powers yet, because she doesn't have OP powers when she starts fighting Van Gogh.
She was fucking tearing those robots in half, man.
When
Those
when
things
her
are tin
brother
can. I
died
don't
and
know
she
that
like
later.
felt his
So,
pain,
fuck
she
it,
just
fuck
like just fired it and it just everything.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, you know.
Scarlet Witch is one of my favorite comic book characters.
Oh, okay. So
Ever.
yeah, I don't know much about her.
Ever. I think they fucked her up so much.
Really?
So I hate Scarlet Witch's. First off, I hate the focus that they give over Scarlet Witch to Peter.
Petra?
Yeah, Petra.
Pietro,
Quicksilver.
like
Like,
Pietro.
There's almost no development for Scarlet Witch,
I
but
like the way they talk.
most of the screen time for the twins is on Pietra.
I thought it was enough on Scarlet.
I
I thought there was
That's
enough
it
on
again,
the
man.
whatever screen time was on Scarlet Witch, she wasn't doing anything. She was also just there
I loved when the doors open and she walked out and she's like
for like 5 seconds, and then she turns into
That was the next one.
the Scarlet Witch beforehand, which was kind of a coward.
I mean,
No, that's after she came out after Hawkeye talked to
I'm
her,
aware.
gave her that pep talk. She didn't become a
The
coward.
pep talk was also
I like the pep
ridiculous.
talk.
So
I liked it.
The pep talk.
It's kind of like
I
you
didn't
can make
mind
your
it.
choice now.
I
You
didn't
can become an
mind it.
Avenger, or you can be a coward.
And it had one of the
Yeah,
only
I like
it had one of the only jokes that I felt wasn't really forced and out of place during the fight scene. Like they're trying to save all these civilians and they're taking out this horde of robots, but they're still dropped. I didn't like the humor in this as much as the first one.
her character.
Felt so
Really?
forced.
I,
character-
I think the humor was
I
better.
think they're funny, but it's not consistent.
The humor did feel
I saw-
kind of out of place in that one.
I saw-
one
When he was
scene.
like, didn't see that one coming,
Yeah,
falls and dies.
that one was
But it was
like-
because every time something would happen, they'd say that to each other.
Yeah.
I saw
It's only
sick kind
right
of
that
voice.
was the last thing.
I saw someone liken this movie to having the plot of Temple of Doom, but the tone of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I was like, that's a really good assessment. And
Scarlet Witch's character is just.
Hey, you know what? That is true. I mean, Scarlet Witch does tear Ultron's heart out.
Scarlet's character is just so inconsistent that it's hard for me to like her in this movie.
Right.
At first, she's all about gung ho revenge against Tony Stark and isn't afraid of
You
him.
know
But when
what?
she finds out that Ultron's main goal is the destruction of the world and everyone in humanity,
That's fine.
it means she's gonna die too.
No. What is my problem is that
Do you think like her transition from
Her
like
transition
her
to-
hating towards her like fully loving the Avengers, right?
that
Yeah.
and not having a problem with Tony Stark afterward, and just her
Yeah.
becoming a coward like almost immediately.
See, I don't think she was
Completely
cowardly.
afraid
I think the cowardly part, I kind of disagree. I like
She was in
her
the middle
going
of a
full on.
she was in the
Yeah.
middle of a gunfight earlier, and she
Yeah.
didn't bat an eye.
See, her going full on board with the Avengers, that felt kind of rushed. But I think her going cowardly a bit, I think it was just for that one scene with Hawkeye, man, and like
Yeah, so that they
it
can
was.
have that bond. Or
But the thing
It was
was,
useless.
I kind of liked it because think about it. Hawkeye says his best. We're in a floating world. People are dying. There's robots
They
everywhere.
could have made Scarlet Witch into such a fucking badass, but they just didn't.
Don't
Maybe
worry,
they'll
future
touch it
movies.
more
You got it.
later.
You know,
I don't mind that she was a coward during the final fight because when
I
you
do.
see her,
She-
the first
I think
she's
she's better, but that's the
she when she's first using her power, she's like this manipulative in the shadows. She comes out. She looked really creepy, like
Yeah.
her movements in the first sequences. She
When
would come in the
just
shadows and then go back in the
and then go back and
shadows,
then the door
and
closed.
she can't do that to the robots. They're just
John, I like how disdained you are.
I hate.
So-
I do
And so
really
like
hate what
at
they did with her.
first she was completely different, and then when they found out that the Ultron's ultimate goal is to
Yeah.
just mass destruction,
I'm aware.
that's
She
obviously
doesn't
why
want
they
people to
changed
get
it
hurt.
around.
I'm
So
aware.
I'd go gung ho too.
Did you like Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch?
Yeah, I liked her.
You just
I thought
didn't like her.
I thought she's a great. I thought she was a
Yeah.
good actor. But like,
You just don't
I'm-
think she was
I'm-
written as well as you wanted.
I'm fine with her change of heart
Yeah.
towards Ultron because
'cause
that
you
makes
really
sense.
liked her in the comics.
She's
Yeah.
one of my favorite comic book characters.
Yeah.
Beloved. But like,
I feel it, man.
her change of heart towards Ultron is completely understandable because she doesn't want to hurt people.
Yeah.
But her fear is just like kind of unwarranted and just uses a device to have Hawkeye be more in the spotlight.
Right. I guess that fear. Here's the thing. I
Also
guess
make
we'll
him more
s-
likable.
We'll segue into this part that again, it's like this pacing thing where Whedon. I know you're not a big fan of Whedon, but like Whedon tried to make this
I'm
actually a
not.
3-hour movie, so that cut a lot of parts, you know. And when you have to cut a lot of parts in an epic movie, you know, you get like some parts missed out. But let's.
I think it could have been easily a
Yeah.
an hour and 45-minute to 2-hour movie.
Really? You
Yes.
think it could be cut shorter? I thought it could be longer.
Easily.
Yeah.
It was actually
shows-
2 hours exactly without the credits because the movie's 2 hours and 21 minutes with credits.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah. One month. But what do you guys think of Ultron? I mean, he's in the fucking title. So
I actually really liked Ultron.
What do you think of Ultron, guys?
He was rushed as a character, but
Well, his
I-
origins were a bit rushed.
I like him as a character. He was just so flavorful
think
and awesome.
Ultron.
I like him as a character. I don't like what they did with him.
Really?
He just know.
His I mean, yeah, he fights Cap, he fights Thor, he fights Iron Man all individually.
Yeah.
But he's really
Gets beat all
just throwing his minions at them in the
All
final
I
fight
was like,
scene.
I just wanted
and then
him to
he's
die.
just in
You
the
didn't want him to
pot.
die?
I know, I just wanted him to die. I mean, he just come up more and more and more. He just had so many.
I mean, yeah, he was rushed after the first initial scene when he takes the one body and he retreats through the internet.
Yeah.
The next scene, he's just, this bad guy sitting, he's just like, he looks like he should have had a cat in his hand when he first sees, when he first sees Scarlet
shows
Witch.
up.
I'll get you, Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, I was just like, what's going on?
I
love the first scene where Ultron comes out and
Yeah.
party.
I thought
That's when I really
yeah.
liked
I
him.
thought it was lovely.
See, I love Ultron's one line. I love Ultron's was like, give money to your friends and enemies and find out which is which. No, make your friends rich and enemies rich and find out which is which. That is so fucking cool. And
And then
like
he's like,
Claws,
what does
like
that sound like? And then
Tony Stark.
Tony Stark.
I was like, LOL, cut your fucking arm off. It's so dark humor. I love it. I hope like Ultron, because Ultron is so Spader. It's great. Like they couldn't have gotten a better guy than Spader.
His voice is so good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
calm and relaxing.
Also,
I want more Ultron. That's
Every
the thing.
time Ultron would talk, I'd actually just watch the lips move for some reason. I was always just like,
He's so mesmerizing.
They marketed
I want
him.
to fuck him.
okay, not to that extent.
Ultron babies, man.
They marketed him differently than how it was. Like you hear his "There's no strings on me" speech. Yeah, he seems really ominous, and then he's this. He has this really
You didn't
snarky
expect this-
humor.
you didn't
Where
expect this
I mean,
humor.
I understand
I love
it.
the
Like
snarky
the
humor.
claw scene, it's like
Who's
he doesn't know how to
endearing.
interact with humans, so that's
Yeah.
why he has these funny lines.
Yeah.
But I thought he was a bit inconsistent.
He was.
I
Do
enjoyed
you
it.
guys think Vision killed him? I don't think it did.
I
think
heard
Vision's
someone
gonna
say.
come back.
I heard someone say
Ultron's
that
gonna come back.
he stored Ultron in the Mind Stone. In the Mind
Oh yeah,
Stone.
it's in this consciousness.
I would assume that. I
Because it just zapped out.
Yeah, it went behind trees and stuff.
I like his I like Ultron's speech. I like that they didn't make him too robotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very
Ultron-
colloquial.
I thought
Yeah.
his justifications for what he wanted to do were sound.
Yeah, no, what I loved about Ultron was like, he could have easily made him a genetic robot guy. A lot of comics do that. He's like, I am Ultron, I will kill you. But
Yeah.
he felt the most human
Yeah.
out of any of the Marvel villains, strangely, because he's basically Tony Stark,
I liked him
much more mature.
I liked him more than
Loki?
any of the other characters in the movie.
But Loki. Oh, in the movie, oh.
Yeah.
Then the Avengers themselves.
I found him more likable.
Yo, can I just talk about how fucking Captain America and Thor fucking throwing that shield and shit?
I love it when they do that. They're
They
just so
combine that
badass
shit?
together.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, they combine their shit. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's Iron Man and Cap in the first one, and then Hulk and Thor in this one. It's
Okay.
Hulk and Cap.
Yeah.
And Thor and Cap. is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, now,
The fight.
let's just say, since this is a spoiler review,
I personally loved it too, by the way, just so you guys know.
Movie aside, everything, what do you guys think of this new Avengers lineup? And are you looking forward to Phase 3 after watching this film?
Meh.
Meh?
I don't really mind.
Is
I'll
Ant-Man-
watch it. Mind.
is
You'll
Ant-
watch it.
Is Ant-Man?
Knowing
Or-
that Whedon will not be in it, and Russo brothers will be in it.
I'm more whatever.
Russo brothers made
I like that a lot.
Captain America Winter Soldier,
Okay.
and
Are they
what
writing
else?
it?
They're writing it too.
I like that.
So Whedon's done.
What else
Because
is it?
Whedon's tired.
I want to ask: is Ant-Man part of Phase 2 or Phase 3?
Phase 2.
Yes.
Who's tired?
Huh?
Who's
Whedon.
Joss Whedon,
Right.
the
Yeah, he said he
director.
had a hard time with production, right?
Yeah, like this movie actually went through a lot of production, not really a lot of production troubles, but he kind of felt a little bit dispassionate towards it, and
Yeah.
hence why your problems are actually kind of warranted because he himself was like,
There wasn't
I'm
much
not very
left in it."
satisfied
Yeah.
with the film.
Do we know if the Hulk's gonna come back or no?
Oh, because
That movie
Hulk is-
probably.
He didn't. He,
It's probably another divisive zone movie.
Don't expect the Hulk to get his movie
Or just to get him out.
because
Isn't Ruffalo's contract up?
I thought he had like 7 films. I thought he had like a ridiculous amount. I thought.
I personally love Mark.
Team him up with Guardians, man.
I do too.
Planet
I
Hulk.
love
Yeah.
Ruffalo
That's
as
what I
Banner,
thought.
too.
Me too.
Next to Ultron, my favorite is Ruffalo as Banner.
Yeah, he's good too.
He
Yeah.
brings a lot of character and a lot of flavor.
Yeah, like I wish they made a Hulk movie that had Mark Ruffalo in it and showing that character development rather
Yeah.
than whatever the other guy's name is. I
The
can't remember.
problem with
Edward
the
Norton.
Yes, him.
The problem with Hulk movies is like everyone kind of understands ultimately that Hulk is not really a superhero that you can have. He's really a monster guy. You
It's
know,
destruction.
it's very difficult.
It's destruction.
Yeah, Hulk is very team based. You know, so you know it's like you'll have a depressing.
I mean,
Hulk guys,
you
is
could
Code Green.
you could have
Totally.
Yeah, I like that.
you could have Red Hulk be the next Hulk movie. Hulk or like
Yeah.
Fix It Joe.
I mean, you're a Hulk guy, so you have probably better pitches than I do.
Yeah, like there's still a lot of things you can do with Hulk.
It's-
Besides like Abomination.
Hulk is one of those things that's best used in spades. But I'm excited for the new Avengers because not only we have this hodgepodge of a team, but we have Doctor Strange, Black Panther,
Well-
and Spider-Man. Finally,
I
Spider-Man.
really hope that they do well with the
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch and
I cannot wait for Captain Marvel because I want a female Superman. I love Superman. I want Captain Marvel to be great. If they
Miss
mess
Marvel? Or are they just calling her Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel, would be
Okay.
better. Because you know Captain Marvel doesn't that sound just fucking
Badass.
badass, right? Like I mean, my sister would love that too. You know?
I love it.
Yeah. Bill, I don't know about it.
I'm always down for more diversity.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I mean, actually, the new Avengers team is pretty diverse. If you think
Yeah.
about it. You know, you got War Machine in there.
An android.
You guys think Rhodey's gotta die? Rhodey's gotta die.
So? Wait, what?
James Rhodes, Don Cheadle in War Machine. suit.
Oh,
He's gonna die.
man, I love
Well,
that.
alright. If more than half the Avengers don't die during the Infinity War, I'm gonna probably be very displeased.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
probably
I mean, I know
Thanos,
how that arc ends, and it's kind of inconsequential, but they have to die during the arc.
Yeah.
Tony, Iron Man's gonna die. Cap's gonna have to die.
As Eric said, Vision will definitely die because Thanos has
Chris
to take
Evans
the
kind
mind
of is
gem out
tired
of
of
him
doing
for the gauntlet. So,
movies. Chris Evans doesn't want
so
to.
you know the deaths.
Aw.
What do you think about
He's my favorite.
Quicksilver?
Quicksilver?
I thought he was
He was-
best candidate to kill off.
He was pretty good, except
Man.
for this Russian accent. But it was a good thing that he fucking got killed.
I mean,
You didn't see that coming, did you?
I mean, there was no reason why he shouldn't have been killed. I think Hawkeye should have been killed.
You know,
I wanted Hawkeye to be killed.
I know.
That would have justified the whole
Yes.
spite.
I love
And
his
I thought he was gonna die before the movie started. I was like, Hawkeye's dying in this. So when I saw the family, I was just like, I might be right.
Usually when they show you a family, then they die. That's
No.
the thing.
No.
No, I'm glad he didn't
No.
die.
I don't want him to die. I like him
As soon as I
because I
saw
love
the
his
family, I'm like,
sass.
You're
oh,
like,
he's
alive.
gonna survive the
Yeah.
entire movie. Okay. This is a family. This is a family thing.
And of course, he's the one that has to see the kid and go and help and get him up.
Fuck yeah!
But no, I think I like
He-
Hawkeye.
Well,
I
he
wouldn't
has-
want him to
He
die.
has things to live for, and he has hero qualities. That's why he lived.
I think I like his sass. That's why he lives.
I don't even like
Hey,
Hawkeye.
I kinda
I
like
do.
I kinda like Hawkeye in this movie because honestly,
I don't like Hawkeye. I don't like
Interesting.
Jeremy Renner.
yeah. You don't like Jeremy Renner?
No.
No, I do. That's probably why I like Hawkeye.
But that's a
Actually,
different. That's a different thing. I have issues with him as a person.
Oh, fuck him.
He's a
right?
bad person.
Really?
That shouldn't influence.
More on lights, camera, vanity
I
fair.
don't like.
Performances.
I don't like Hawkeye as a character though.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Why?
He's just bland.
Hawkeye?
He's just.
That's why I gave him a family. What do you want?
No, I like him. I love him,
I
and I
think
love it when
depth.
him and Black Widow
Give
work
him
together.
depth.
They're best friends, and they work
Dwell in
as
it.
teams. Or not.
Force it in. Force it in. Force it in.
Yeah.
It's gonna come very soon. Eric is gonna come very soon, yeah.
Get the.
Get the final thoughts. Yeah, no, so like, yeah, no, speaking of Nathaniel Pietro, Maximoff, Hawkeye, kid. Yeah, he was actually the best character. He was like an infant in that movie.
I don't care.
You know, he showed some depth too. So, in my final thoughts for Avengers: Age of Ultron, I expected something entirely else, and I got something probably entirely else. You know, the trailers pitched as something like this dark movie, a lot of development stuff. But after watching this, I kind of realized that the Avengers movies are basically celebratory events.
Yeah.
You know, all these comic book fans, they all come to watch, your favorite characters join up, team up together, and fight, and have these really memorable interactions.
Yeah.
And you kind of get some development with some characters, even if people like them or not. They are events. They're better done than like Transformers can ever hope to be, or like any generic
for sure.
robotic shaky cam action movies. Because even if like certain things are not appreciated, at least they are still kind of like they're trying to make it good. They're still trying to put the effort into making good stuff.
Yeah.
So, and if you want to see the real story beats, real story stuff, that's what the solo movies are for. That's when the Marvel guys are like, because Avengers 1, I don't know, Loki's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Team up Avengers assemble, kill this guy. You will have conflict on the way. Memorable.
I liked it. I liked it when I liked it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't like it whenever there was an action.
Right. I hear you. And that's fine because you paid $11. Actually, $5. Hashtag thank you, SA.
That was actually Res Life that did that.
Res Life? You?
We did, yeah.
Thank you, Lamia Zikri. This is why you're the Black Widow of LCA. Wait, does that mean
Ryan?
you can't have children? Oh god.
Nah, I'll just be Scarlet Witch.
Jesus Christ.
I got the curly hair for it.
There we go. Mr. Ortiz has finally been able to make it.
Don't breathe on me.
How's the dimension? How's the Thanos dimension?
That's alright.
5 out of 10?
Don't call it the greatest.
Too much water?
Too much water.
Too much water.
Too much water.
Okay. What do you saw Avengers? You liked it?
Oh yeah, no, I thought it was really good. I mean, I'm sure you guys discussed it too.
Yeah, we discussed the hell out of it.
I thought it was okay. There were definitely some things that didn't make it the greatest thing ever, but for what it was, for a flick, which was
Kids
action,
between
I liked it. It definitely wasn't as approachable as the first Avengers, but if you already know the story and stuff, it's a pretty good film.
You definitely need background.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much a spectacle, and if it's going for that, aim and it's successful, even though it might not be successful as.
What? Huh?
You good?
Hulk? Don't hurt me, Hulk!
Let Hulk talk because
No,
we don't need to interrupt him.
Wait, sidebar. Did you see the Suicide Squad photo that just got released?
Oh, the Suicide
Bland as
Squad.
fuck.
Oh my!
Bland as fuck.
Whoa!
John,
I just got here.
I agree.
I'm party pooper. I'm the black sheep.
Why?
Baba, black sheep, can you
I'm
just
hard
some
to
milk?
impress.
Yes, sir.
But he likes the room, so
Please come
I'm sure it
over.
was something.
You want him to die.
A rap.
I'm so sorry, LCA. I love you, and I was feeling a little under the weather, but I came back for the final episode.
You came back for the right time because he is
We will miss you guys.
Jarvis. Captain America, Hulk, fuck you too.
It's the last. Let me tell you something. The last film, this would happen to me, where I just feel like garbage, but I still came because
Still made
I
it.
love my shows, and I love everybody in it, and I'd hug all of you.
What?
Get off of me. It's okay to leave you here. It's Rahul and Lamia as seniors. They'll be big and all grown up.
And John will be
And John will be
fourth
there.
year, fifth year.
5th year.
Fifth year. John will be fifth year.
How old are you? 27?
Opposing us as per usual.
28.
John is 23,
8?
and he's still going. He's gonna be here for probably another 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 years.
He just likes it.
John's
Just doesn't
21
wanna
going on
graduate.
39.
Yep.
Yo, you'll be in
I-
debt forever, man.
It's 13 going on 30.
How many college courses can you take?
Enough.
Honestly.
As many as you want.
Just major in everything. Actually, can you like put the education system in debt by like just constantly, 4 years, every 4 years, and
We'll
that's
discuss
what's
it later because John's going to be with us later. But
Yeah.
it's a great episode to have Ryan
We have one
and
more.
Eric make a guest appearance.
It's even better. The Yankees are beating the Red Sox right now.
That's relevant. Sorry for coming late. I love you.
Everyone, let's gaze at the camera for 5 seconds.
See ya.
Goodbye. Avengers 2 was good. And say bye to everyone, whatever.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew.
It was just very popular. You can definitely see why if you want to go see it. It's definitely something to just go see even if you're not a comic book fan.
Love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last.
Yeah, this would be It's really well done. It's really well made film. I'd have to recommend it to anyone that just likes movies.
Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Certain things
The
was.
lines were hysterical.
Yeah,
Why
Vin
not?
Diesel picks up a car, the front end, with his
He
bare
presses
hands.
a car.
For 10 straight minutes.
Yeah, he goes, oh, let me just pick up this car, we gotta go find it.
And then, and then Brian or Paul Walker is just making these big lines where he's like, you got that?
Yeah, he's like, you got that? It's
hilarious.
And, you know, shopping together. It's like,
And this isn't just any car, this is apparently a supercar that has armor plating,
like-
bulletproof stuff.
it's just a microchip.
Yeah.
3.5 million.
And it has a microchip in it, a micro tracker chip. What was that guy using?
The Godside.
What was he using?
No, she hit it.
Tune in. Next episode, we will be talking about Star Wars stuff. What will it be? Okay, rule number 71. Family.
And then
I had a feeling, see, even if you didn't know it, I already had it for you. What was rule number 71? Family. Well,
Now, like,
thanks for
keep
watching.
your family close.
Family values.
Come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see